people don't know, and I can say it now because I'm done with that set of movies and they've been out, whatever. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was like the worst production experience I've ever had. It made me hate life so much.
Wow. Yeah,
so
I wanted to
much.
get into that because
I hated life on that show. They were so bad to us, and they broke
Really?
so many promises. Like it was rough. Like,
What did they promise you and what didn't come through?
Like the biggest reason you do it, like I said no, I didn't want to do it because I was like, I'm gonna waste years of my life, the best years of my career on something that nobody's gonna know I'm even a part of.
right.
I don't want to lend myself to that. And they're like, no, this is a whole new live action, one-to-one, you move, they move, you're just as much a part of this as anybody else. So when it comes time to like get you out there, you're going to be in every country in the world, premieres all over the place. Like we're really going to get you out there. They were like, you are as much a part of this as anybody without the mask. You know what I mean? And it was like, all right, well, obviously like that always helps, like getting to know other audiences in other countries internationally. And I had young boys at the time, so,
Yeah.
or a boy at the time. And, and I was like, I really want to do this for them. Like, how fun would that be? So I was like, okay, I'll do it, knowing it doesn't pay anything and it's going to be hard work and a long time and a lot of commitment.
It didn't pay much?
Yeah, I was surprised about
No. Oh,
Yeah.
no. What? No. It was take it or leave it. Most guys in town said no just because it didn't pay anything. And I was
Really?
like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. I'll do it, but I'm doing it more for like to get to, because I don't really have that kind of audience, And I had just had a kid and I was like, this is really fun. Okay, I'll do it, And they were promising like, it's not gonna be like you're just a guy in a mask, So they were like, they're pointing to Lord of the Rings. And they're like, look at what happened to him. Like he's
Gollum, you mean?
Yeah. Like he
Look at Andy Serkis.
like it changed. Like that's what it's doing now for people. You're like,
They pitched you the role on being the next Andy Serkis, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Wow.
And I still have emails that I sent to the president of Paramount because they not only would they refuse to allow us to do any press, to talk to people, we found out after the fact that they were telling people that we were refusing interviews, and it wasn't true. And they didn't invite us to the premiere. We had it was just.
Did they not want you to do press because they were worried you were going to say something bad about the production?
No. There was nothing bad. I mean, it was a grueling production, and they didn't. It was like rough.
That's hard work. You guys you were in suits, so a version
Well, not
of the
even
suit,
that.
right?
Like after we'd wrap. Like people don't know this. Like you think still, this is what I'm talking about though. People coming up to you thinking that they know you. They don't know
Yeah.
you.
Right.
So we would wrap one day, right? It was a long day, and they have this. We realized the problem with this animated contract. It was a different kind of deal that we made. It's like never been done before. It's new ground. And so they had all these loopholes, we realized after the fact, where they didn't have to pay us for anything extra. Meal penalties, lunch, overtime, nothing. So we're this group of four, an island of just ripe for abuse, right? And the crew was wrapping out. We were shooting in Brooklyn one day and had a long ride back to Manhattan where everybody was staying. And they wouldn't let us in the cars to go home. So the Turtles, they wouldn't let us in the cars to go home.
What do you mean?
They wanted to get the crew out of there to get them off the clock. Because if they stayed, they had to pay them.
Right.
If we stayed, they don't. And the freaking studio that we were shooting in locks the doors because they were like, we're closing up for the night. We had a cleaning crew coming in. Like, it's done. It's security here. And so we're in the parking lot sitting on our backpacks in an empty parking lot because the rest of the crew had driven. Anybody who needed to be shuttled was being shuttled. And they're like, producer said you can't get in yet. So we sat there. I'm calling my team in LA, they won't give us a ride home. What the kind of production is this? Wow. Get us home. We shot for 14 hours today. I want to go home. 3 rides come around because they go back and forth and back and forth,
yeah.
like bunches of vans. And finally they're like, so we got everything, we guys glowed up. And I'm like, what is this? And you tell the producers about it. They're like, yeah, okay, well, we're, sorry about that. That's not how it was supposed to go down,
Who was making the call on that, though? If it's not the producers, because you...
Who do you think? The people who write the checks.
Yeah.
So,
Which is the producers.
Yeah. So, and I was always very honest about how I felt, and so then coming into the second one, they're like, look, man, we talked about what you gave to us for the first one, and I know there's no press, and that's, it's like a lot of stuff went wrong, but we're going to make it up to you. We're going to give you some back end on this one and make it up, which we didn't get on the first. So I was like, all right. But I didn't say, I wasn't like, oh, okay, great. I remember sitting there going like, this is all not going to materialize, just like it did this year. And it didn't.
So you
Wow.
didn't end up getting back end on
None
the
of
second
it.
one. Were you
Unreal.
contractually obligated to come back for the second one?
I was contractually obligated to come back for 3, and I tried so hard to get off
Yeah.
coming back from the second one.
For
When-
3 you were.
Yeah.
When did you find out they had killed 3? Or have they killed 3? They've killed 3.
After the numbers came out, like the weekend after 2 came out.
Yeah.
Did you get a phone call on that, or you just figure?
I don't remember. I think we got a call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone had a similar experience on set to you?
Pretty much. I mean, like Megan and Will were treated so differently because they had like real writers. They had like their contracts were like the Star Wagons and the exclusive rides, and like they were like, well, we're going to treat you the same way, but you guys, just because you're always in the scenes together, we're just going to sort of like couple you guys, So, but it wasn't at all what happened. It was rough. So. Why did we start talking about that?
Because we were
No, I'm
talking
gonna
about
sound like, people are gonna, what's gonna happen? People are gonna be like, oh yeah, he's like, oh, this guy with everything in a movie star, like, whining about his job. I'm like, I'm like going in to clean the toilets again, and he's like, well,
I don't
like,
hear that from you at
there's
all.
no
right
winning.
now.
No,
There's no.
I
I
don't
shouldn't
hear-
talk about this.
But-
my wife is gonna stab me when I get home.
No, you're honest. And
Going-
I think we appreciate it, and our audience appreciates that
Well,
as
because
well.
not everything, I think you have a dream, and not everything ends up looking like what you thought your dream is going to be.
What I
And-
want it to look like, and this is the way I treat it when I produce things now, I treat people with the kind of respect that I want to be treated with that I didn't get on some of these projects. So,
Yeah.
they're met with like they're met with just like a human component to the whole thing, and do what you say you're going to do. So it's as simple as that.